We have the floor press. This is not conducive to floor pressing. Ah, got one in my mouth. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Alright, so this is obviously starting a little bit differently than a normal video of mine, and the reason why is because my buddy contacted me and told me that he had been talking trash a little bit online with some guys on a forum about whether he could or could not pick up his Corvette. So he asked if he could bring it in, and Monday, we decided to make that happen. Ended up going better than we thought.
Yeah, it looks really cool in here.
It does.
Hey Eric, what do you plan on doing here?
I'm gonna pick it up.
What do you think about that, Nala? How about you, Kona?
Alright, so here's the thing about cars, is that you never really know what you're lifting up. You're taking guesses, but if the engine is different, if the frame is made out of something different, you never really know, right? And a lot of people are saying there's like a 50-50 balance on this. I have no idea. I know nothing about cars, right? But a lot of people didn't think we could do it, and it ended up being very, very easy. The funny part is that we got all amped up. Like, we were thinking possibly that it was going to be super heavy, and by far the heaviest car that I've ever picked up has been my Jeep, but it has all that extra junk. It's jacked up. It's got big, heavy tires. There's a lot of extra weight on that thing, and it is by far the heaviest thing. But we did not know, and the way that people were talking about it on the internet, about a Corvette, we were like, yeah, we'll just be prepared. So we threw the tire on, and we kept throwing a bunch of plates on, and then we got lined up, and my buddy, it's his car, so I was like, man, you got to pull it first. And so he goes up to it, and definitely a little bit nervous in the room, but he went right up to it and yanked it off the floor and then pulled it for like 5, and then it became funny. And it actually worked out to be a perfect weight for me because I was pretty beat up from the Elite FTS trip. Right after my workout there, I shot home immediately and then didn't get a whole lot of sleep before that day. So I wanted to jump on the new program with the rest of my gym because that's not something I typically do. I usually am doing something different than them. So this is going to be a really cool opportunity for me to actually train right along with them the entire time. But their new program started Monday. And like I said, I hadn't really slept. It wasn't good. So the car deadlift actually ended up being a lot lighter than I expected and was a perfect way to work back into it. The second day of the week is going to be a bench day for me right now, which you guys are seeing the floor press. Now, again, guys, I have not followed a program for literally years. It's been a while because of being sick. I would start something, I'd have to stop. I could never get everything done the way that I wanted, and it especially was challenging because when you know your PR and you are way below it, like my upper body stuff is literally 100 pounds to 150 pounds under where it should be, where it used to be. And so dealing with that, it's very, very tough for your mind to kind of wrap itself around that. So sometimes it's really, really nice to just jump back on a program, and instead of always having to hit something heavy for Instagram or for YouTube or just to have something impressive, right now I'm just going for my reps. I'm filling out what I can do when I can do it. I'm actually running my next level linear program, which I just put out probably a month or two ago. So if you guys do want to check that out, that's a basic skeleton of what I'm following. Now, of course, because I'm a strongman gym and have different goals, I will be doing oftentimes different things than what you might be doing for a powerlifting program or just general fitness. However, you guys can see pretty much exactly what's coming up for me. So it's been really, really cool. On this day, I was doing a single arm barbell row, which is something I absolutely love if you guys have not done it. And then I had 8s on the floor press. So I think my top set was right around 300 pounds. Again, way, way below what I should be doing. I can normally bench press 4 or 5 for 10 like it is a pretty regular day. But however, that's not where I'm at right now. And then I had to drop back after I find my top set of 8 for the day, which again was around 300 pounds, drop back and do percentage work there. Now, when I'm doing my volume work, oftentimes it's going to be very light. And it has nothing to do with the weight here. All that I'm trying to do is when I'm working up to my 8 rep max on my strength stuff in the next level linear program, I don't care how ugly it gets. If I have squats, deadlifts, whatever it is, I'm going to let it get ugly. I'm going to get through it. But then I don't want those to be the last reps that I have for that day, so I want to ingrain good reps to finish off and let my body realize, like, no. Like, we bench press like this. We don't bench press how it got ugly. We bench press correctly. So those lighter weights are kind of a chance for volume, technique, getting a good pump, as well as ingraining those good reps is the last thing I remember. Now, after that, after my volume, I moved on to my assistance, which, again, if you guys know anything about me, I will not do 3 sets of 10 because I've been doing this too long and that's just not interesting to me. So what I will do is kill myself if it was on a clock. So what I was doing is 30 seconds of of dumbbell man makers, where I do a push-up row, stand, clean, and overhead press. So I do 30 seconds of that, as many as I possibly can. After that, I move on to 30 seconds of standing semi-supinated overhead dumbbell presses, which is a fancy way of saying that it's like a neutral grip. It's just kind of in between. After that is 30 seconds of dips, and then 30 seconds of rest. And I just ran through doing that, I think 4 or 5 rounds, 10 total minutes. After that, I was supposed to do a push-up challenge, but didn't end up doing that. I ended up just working my triceps and finishing that off. Which brings me to the third day of the week, which makes me realize that when I was talking about the floor press, I was probably going for 6s, not 8s, because I am definitely going for 8s on the spider bar squat, box squat here. The spider bar box squat, I will be honest with you guys, I believe that the spider bar is easier than a regular bar. I think it is definitely easier than an SSB. So when I work up to 550 for a set of 8 here, but don't believe that I don't know that I could have done that with a barbell. So don't get too impressed here. The giant set for the day were 3 box jumps up to whatever the heck height that was, too high, honestly. I was barely getting up there, to 8 squats on the box. Now, I'm working a lot of things I worked on at Elite FTS that I saw Dave Tate teaching people and doing different things. And then you guys see these weighted planks here with the sandbag. That's a 100-pound sandbag, and it is on my butt, as you can see. Didn't stay there that time. Followed by the double unders, 20 double unders or 60 regular jumps for those of you who can't do double unders yet. There's my beautiful wife. But I want to talk about the sandbag on the butt. Now, I do a lot of weighted planks and things like that. But I will say that adding the sandbag and just moving a little bit further down really changed the way that I had to brace. It's more like a Russian kettlebell club brace, where you actually need to be engaged the entire time. Otherwise, that thing will make you sag or will fold you. So really enjoyed that, and was definitely a different type of challenge. So I do want to apologize. I was speeding up on my squats and some of my longer sets because honestly, I don't even like watching it. I can't imagine you guys do. So except for my top sets, I just try to speed through it a little bit. This was, like I said, 550. I think it is a little bit easier than a normal bar, but it did feel good for just a pair of sleeves. Really wasn't pressing into my belt too hard, to be completely honest. I'm going to release a video here this week, hopefully kind of talking a little bit of some of the stuff that I learned about breathing and bracing at Elite FTS that is really going to help some of you out. So I'm going to hopefully be able to record that and get that out to you guys soon. As you guys can see, the different positioning on the sandbag really has done a lot, and then I'm always being explosive no matter what I can do. After that, moved on to volume, which was, again, like 2 or 3 sets of just trying to ingrain the perfect form, and then this was 4 sets of death, or I guess it was more than that. What we did was tempo squats. I did a 4-second descend. Now, it's probably not 4 seconds, to a 4-second pause. Again, probably not 4 seconds, to a 4-second stand ascent, and then get my breath again and go again. Now, I was doing directly after that into good mornings, directly after that into a 45-second wall sit chaser. So the reps on the tempo squats and the good mornings was 5 tempo squats, 5 good mornings. 4 tempo squats, 4 good mornings, the wall sit. 3 wall sit. 4 wall sit, 5 wall sit. So it ended up being that number, I guess 5 sets. Decreasing and then ramping back up as far as the reps go, and it was absolutely brutal. These wall sits, I'm trying to look like a tough guy here. That was horrendously bad. My legs were shaking like crazy. You probably can't see it there, but just trying to keep good form, trying to hold my brace. This made my butt incredibly sore, as well as my core. Actually, my abs got very sore, and a lot of times it's just holding those positions longer than you're used to. Now, just a few hours later, we get to Saturday morning. So what you guys just saw on those squats were my Friday night, and then this is my Saturday morning where I jump in for team conditioning with these guys. Now, we were doing a deck of carb workout. If you guys don't know what a deck of carb workout is, that it just means you take a standard deck of cards. You apply 4 different exercises to each suit. So for us, I believe hearts were burpees, clubs were like jumping lunges, diamonds may have been pull-ups, and then the spades would have been V sit-ups as you're seeing. And then you just flip over the card, and you just do the corresponding number of reps with the number on the card. And face cards end up being 10, aces equal being 11, and man, in 20-30 minutes. If you push, that is a brutal workout. So got through that, and then I moved on to my overhead press day, which was the Z press with the log. In between the Z press with the log, I was supposed to be getting reps of 10, but I'll be honest with you, I was still pretty shot. So I was getting reps up 7 with whatever that is, 140, 150 pounds, something like that. Just getting reps of 7, trying to make sure that I was using my shoulders, using the rope climb as kind of my vertical pull. So instead of doing a weighted pull-up or something like that day, I just decided to do some rope climbs, and then was doing some dragon flags as my core exercise in between. I'll be honest with you guys, that felt like junk. A lot of times when I work out in the morning, it really doesn't go as spectacular as I'd like to, just because it's different for me. But afterwards, I went into my assistance, where it was 20 reps, 15 reps, 10 reps of dumbbell rows each side, to these squeeze presses where I'm just basically doing a dumbbell bench press, except I'm pushing those dumbbells together almost like I'm doing a fly into these pullovers. So again, 20, 20, 20, 15, 15, 15, 10, 10, 10. Absolutely brutal way to finish off my arms. Could have done some stuff afterwards, but honestly was not that interested in it. This was plenty for my first week back, but man, again, just being on a program again is a different experience, and I feel so excellent about it and just so happy to be at this level of health currently.
All right, guys, and here I am. This is actually the first time that I'm talking to the camera for this video, just because the beginning I was all kind of crazy with my buddy bringing his Corvette and stuff. So I'm actually super excited. This is the first time that I think I've actually followed a program for probably close to like 2 years. I've been jumping on, jumping off because of the sickness. I can't really stick with anything. So this is the first complete week that I've done of a program. Now, typically I come in and I'm just figuring out what I can do, what I can't do. I try to hit something heavy. Hopefully something kind of impressive enough to put on Instagram or something on YouTube that you guys will kind of find impressive. But right now I'm just happy going for like 8s and 10s or 7s or 5s or whatever the case may be, and not really worrying about how much weight I'm pushing, just trying to get better. And so far, it's going really well. So hopefully I can keep up with it. Hopefully you guys will stay along. Again, this is the next level linear program that I wrote. Just released it probably about 2 months ago. So if you guys do want to try out the same exact thing that I'm doing, you can jump right on that, fit it to whatever type of gym style you have or whatever your goals are. And yeah, it should be really good. So far, I love it. My athletes tend to love it, so it should be a good time. I do really appreciate all the support that you guys have been showing over on the Lead FTS channel. I know not all the videos come out yet, but the ones that have come out, I think have turned out really well. So I can't thank those guys enough, as well as all of you, for just going over there and checking them out. It's been pretty cool. It's a cool opportunity to go do, and cool opportunity now seeing how stuff turned out and how people who actually have good cameras and good editing, all those types of things, can put something together as opposed to what I do. So yeah, it's been a really good time. I feel great. I'm happy. We will see what the next week brings, but hopefully it's gonna be good. I will catch up guys later in the week. Until I do, go out to something amazing, realize, keep working on people, be nice to each other. I'll see you then.